Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yeah.
The world is wide. Let's make it closer. With smart planning and a touch of magic, Ash knows travel. Welcome to the future of travel. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthrough, and advisor tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is all about how to use AI to build faceless content. I'm going to show you how to create content that looks professional, engaging, and on brand without ever having to be on camera. This is going to be perfect for anyone who wants to stay consistent, save time, or just prefers to create content behind the scenes while still showing up strong online. So if you're live here, you should already know the drill. Go ahead and comment hello in the chat so that I know that you are with me. If you happen to be watching this on a replay, I still want to know that you stopped by. So make sure you comment replay in the chat so that I know that you were here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? So what I'm going to do tonight, first I'm going to go through kind of how faceless content can work with AI. I've been running a faceless content channel for about 3 years now. It does well. So I like to talk about that. And then on YouTube, ironically, if you've been with me since the beginning of when I started doing this to work on really hard of like getting monetized, you would know that I used to do my trainings faceless. So if anybody knows about faceless content that works, it is I. So I wanted to kind of show you how you can take the concept of faceless content that is very popular and use AI to kind of just make it faster, build a system with it. And that kind of system that you create is what builds the consistency, which makes you go viral. So tonight I'm going to cover all of that. And what I'm going to do first is go through these slides here. And in these slides, I'm going to cover how it can work for you. You know, I'm going to cover about team building also, not just travel advising. I'm going to cover both. And then I'm actually going to do like a live demo. I have 3 things that I technically need to build for myself. So I decided, so we don't waste energy using AI and all of that extra fancy tools that we have, I decided I'm going to make something with you guys that I'm actually going to use. So we are going to go in and build this together. But first, we're going to talk about how faceless content that actually works for you. Okay. Your visibility problem isn't about your face. It's about consistency. And I feel like this is probably one of the hardest things that we go through. I realize, especially when it comes to TikTok, when you're on a viral high, it comes down. And like when it comes down, you think, oh, it's not working anymore. It stopped working. And I feel like that can kind of make us not want to post. And I've went through that recently, but then I took a break for a day and I came back to it and then it went viral again. So like what I'm trying to say is that even if not every post doesn't work, the consistency of you posting is what makes it work. And you need all of those videos of the in between that aren't doing the hottest to kind of fulfill you once you start going viral, because they'll go back and watch the other videos. So your visibility problem isn't about your face. You can do this perfectly without showing any face at all. And it's actually about consistency. It's pretty obvious. Not everyone wants to be on camera. And with that, it's kind of using the AI to remove confidence and time barriers that we all go through. And AI will kind of make it easier for you to plan it ahead. Like right now, for TikTok, all of my other content's pretty planned ahead, but for TikTok, I'm on a 2 or 3 day ahead kind of roll, and I feel like I it's as long as it's planned ahead in the TikTok studio. I totally understand if you're not 2 or 3 days ahead when it comes to videos, and it comes to TikTok, because it's a little bit harder to plan in advance. But using AI and after what I show you tonight should make it a lot easier for you guys to be consistent when it comes to posting. So, faceless content is strategic authority. It is very important to kind of talk through a chat GPT, and I'm going to show you how I do that tonight. It's not an anonymity. So any kind of content that is created without you on camera is considered faceless content. Your voice is completely optional here. A lot of the times, like Sora, they will put your voice in it. So if you make like a video with that, that's perfectly fine. But you can also add voiceovers in TikTok or YouTube Studio. Any of those work too. But it is optional. You can also do music and you can switch it up and go back and forth. But what I like about the voice is that I've noticed once I started using my voice, they did do better. I didn't use it all the time, but I did have videos that worked better with the voice. So it really depends on what kind of videos you're posting. On that faceless content, instead of using our face, we're going to do visuals, text, and screen recordings or AI video. And crucially, it still positions you as the authority because of the type of content that we're going to be posting. It's not going to be random. It's going to be very on brand and making sure that it's engaging. So AI is the accelerator for your content. It's going to remove that creative block that we all have. Yeah, speeds up content creation a lot, helps you stay consistent without burning out. And then it has the ability to turn one idea into multiple pieces of content, which is kind of crucial here. Okay. But I put this in a black slideshow with a very small screen. Do you see how this works? This is how far I want you to niche down, okay? Do you see this right here? Yeah, this is how far we're going to niche down to, okay? Now, everything that I'm going to be showing you tonight, I did this slide specifically just for that. Everything that I'm showing you tonight is only going to work if you niche down. If your content is general content, like just being a travel advisor, if it has no actual purpose, like no audience, if it has no target of exactly what you're trying to market, it's not going to get watched. I don't mind to sound very blunt about it, but I've been doing a lot of work on this. And I've been kind of building social media for the last 3 years or so. Okay. So I can tell you for a fact that niche content gets watched. And it can be really any niche. I don't really say there's a limit on the niche, but you have to be very specific in that niche on who you actually want to watch your content. Now, with that, AI, in order for it to work with you, it needs a very specific direction to work. And I'm going to show you that tonight. And your content must speak to one type of audience. That doesn't mean you can't book other types of travel, okay? In my adults only, I would say whole entire run that I've had, I've gotten a lot of inquiries and a lot of bookings for adults only. But I still book somebody just going on what are they? They're going to Dominican Republic or Cancun, and they're bringing their son. So I don't book adults only. That's it. Literally, I don't literally book adults only. I book other trips too, right? And in that, sometimes people will come to me for less adults only resorts because they know I do resorts in general. I'm not telling you can only book one thing, but what I'm trying to tell you is that you must have one focus when you're posting in order for it to work, okay? If you do not have a niche and you have different topics that you're posting about, you're not going to get the results that you want. Let me explain. I've kind of explained this in the last couple of trainings, so I'll sum it up very quickly. If you go on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, I feel like those are the most popular ones that we use, or even YouTube. And then 1 minute you're talking about cruises. And then the next minute, and you're not talking about cruises in general, like family cruises or adults only cruises. You're not talking about luxury cruises. You're just talking about a cruise, okay? Then you come in and you go, oh yeah, here's a resort in Cancun. Okay, now the algorithm's going, wait, I thought we were talking about cruises. Now you want to talk about resorts? Okay, that's fine. Now, you're going to see a lot of people on TikTok especially TikTok, I would talk about them because you guys are going to see them post general posts that are doing very well. But what you don't know about that is that before they posted that general post, they posted several different niche posts that get very popular. Once those niche posts take off, the general post will help that niche post stay afloat. And that's why they do well as too. So what I'm trying to tell you is that it's very, very important to niche down, especially when it comes to the algorithms, or you will not get any results because it doesn't know what to do with you. That's just facts. Okay. Now, I'm going to give you several different faceless content ideas for travel sales. Okay. So we have destination tips are probably one of the best ways to get faceless content out, because you can put the background as the actual resort, or you could just use a basic resort or people in the background, not you, but people in the background. There's very simple ways to get this across. And I think this is actually one of the things I'm doing tonight. Let's see what I'm going to show you guys tonight. So I'm going to do a AI commercial for adults only, like a point of view. I also am going to do team building, where I'm going to build in ChatGPT of an unpaid travel agent, but you're booking travel kind of like scenario. And then for Gemini, I'm going to do adults only, or what I can do for you as your adults only travel agent. So 3 different types of content with 3 different kind of ideas, but I want to show you how you can do all 3. Okay. Now, with that, so destination tips would fall under really well for me for adults only travel. I do a lot of destination trips, but I'm going to tell you the biggest part for those is the hook. You have to have a very, very strong hook if you're going to do faceless content, because they can't see you. So you have to pull them in. And you also have to have a very strong call to action. Something that will make them save it, something that will make them follow you, something that will make them comment. Like, they have to engage with you somehow. And the better part is if they can like get in your like kind of algorithm, if they can see you over and over, right? So get them to engage with you somehow. Resort highlights are great, but you have to be very careful about the resort highlights. This is something that you have to build into, because that's too far of a niche. That goes way too deep. And I say that because I've experienced that. When I talk about adults only resorts, I can talk about them, but if I go too far deep into them, then they kind of stop watching. So you kind of have to just do highlights, literally. Like a good example would be like the top 3 resorts that are good for family travel. Okay. Like what people don't know about the best family resorts. Those types of posts will do way better than here's a specific resort, here's the highlights for it. They're okay. But the more broader reach to your audience would get the 3 different types, or the 3 different best resorts, because then they want to learn. Like, oh, what? I don't know this. Let me learn, right? Packing list. These can work well. And it doesn't have to be just for like what you're actually packing. You can even turn that into the best things to bring on certain trips that work good for like your niche. Like if you do cruises, you could literally make a whole like different type of carousel about the different things that you should pack on your first cruise. Like that works too. But you have to keep in mind that kind of post is meant for authority, which is going to position you as an expert. That's going to be like a warm post. This isn't going to work for a broad audience. This is going to be to keep it kind of flowing, to keep it going. This is for the audience that already follows you. Okay. Travel facts are great, but they have to be very niche specific, and they have to be something that can kind of pull into people wanting to save them. So this has to be something that's absolutely like something you've never seen before. Okay. Blog to video content is basically like a walkthrough. I say blog to video, like, because it can either be like basically like a written, like detailed of what they can experience, different types of sales, different types of whatever your niche is, like lies within that. But it can also be video content too. Now, for this example, like, if you can say like the best reviews of this, I recommend going here. Like these type of things work really well from the blog to video content. But when you get to that, it's kind of something that's not going to pull in new clients. It's going to be something that keeps them warm too. So be very intentional about your content that you choose. Who are you trying to kind of reach? So for example, right now on my TikTok, I have it was going viral. Like it's at a peak right now. Okay. Now that it's going viral, I'm constantly pulling in new people from that one post. So now I can do something like this. Now I can do something like this. I can even do something like this, right? Like I'm already pulling them in. So now I need to fuel them with content to make sure that they stay warm. Okay. Then as those new people are being pulled in, they have something to read, they have something to see, they have something to look at. Like that's what that does. Okay. It's kind of like a funnel, I teach that everything's a funnel, and that's exactly what it does for here. Now let's look at team building, shall we? I'm going to tell you something about team building. You can technically mix your team building or bringing on new agents with your content when it comes to travel, but it has to still be very niche related. So, for example, in my adults only travel, I'm on a niche plan that I'll show you inside ChatGPT that I've built, so I can't go outside of that. But eventually, what I would like to open up to would be like, want to book your own travel and make money from it. And then, like, because my adults only is the niche. So it's like the angle for that is more like, how do I say this? It has to be like secretive. Like people really like the fear, like of other people finding out. Like that's a fear for them. So how can I make that fear go away? Booking your own travel. Okay. Get 80% of the commission that you make from booking your own trip. Like you have to make it very niche specific. It can't just be like, so all right, you want to be a travel agent, learn more. Okay. Think about this. If you do cruises and they're doing cruise, and then you go, all right, here's how to become a travel agent. They're going to be like, wait, what? Now you want me to show you to travel people that like actually are travel agents, or you want me to show you to people who are booking cruises, right? So consider that and then take it like this, okay? Industry education, something along the lines for, I don't know, let's say all inclusives, okay? Let's just say you're doing family travel. Industry education, did you know that you could save your family an entire $430 by booking this resort for, I don't know, something in the Dominican Republic for your family? You can save them this by booking it yourself. Okay, that's still team building. It's pulling them in, but it's not saying directly become a travel agent. You're still targeting your audience, right? That's how you have to do it. Lifestyle visual, it's point of view. I booked this trip myself or something like that, and then have it the all inclusive. Learn to find out how I did this and I saved blah blah blah. That way, if you say you booked it yourself, that's still becoming a travel agent, but it's still talking about what you saved, and then it's still bringing it back to the all inclusive, right? Systems and structures, I would still bring this in as like maybe you're booking a lot of travel for people. Don't be the unpaid travel agent, but bring it back to your niche. Mindset content, like maybe how you're saving like different types of trips, how you're, planning different things, learning things, maybe even going as far as I have this work-life balance because I booked these trips, that works. And then educational explainers, they do really well, but that's specifically for YouTube, I want to say. I have a whole presentation that's an educational explainer, and I know it does well because somebody reached out to me one time and was like, okay, how did you do this? And I was like, all right. So like, I feel like those do well, but they have to be very short. Any of these though, what I'm showing you, there has to be a very good hook at the beginning of them. Okay. That's what pulls people in. So you could even just do like, if you do all inclusives, you could do like a carousel and say, scroll to find out how I saved $413 by booking this all inclusive. Like something like that works great. Okay. So we're going to do something like that tonight for my, Faceless content. But I'm going to tell you, for me, I don't do any team building on my unfiltered travel page. I might go live eventually and talk about how you could save money and how you can book it yourself, but I don't do anything on there. Now, on Ash Knows Travel, my initial goal is to start with just trainings on there, and it's kind of slow built. But eventually I'm going to start team building, and that's exactly how I would do this. But I do separate team building from my actual travel page. I don't want to sugarcoat any of that. Do you have to do that? No, I've seen people be able to do both. But for me, it just makes more sense because I'm doing all of this training already. All right. So do what makes sense for you. But either way, you can still use them as long as they are niche based. So for example, for my Ash Knows Travel that I build, it's niche based to travel agents, right? So I need to see other people who are booking travel that want to become agents. That's my niche. That's my audience. So that's how it works for team building. Now, if you were to be all inclusives and that's your niche, then you need to like figure out how you can put this into being niche oriented with all inclusives. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay. Now, where AI fits into your workflow. So your AI, everything I'm going to show you should do most of the heavy lifting. You just need to kind of come up with the ideas. If you don't like what they're giving you, you'll see that a lot with mine. I don't like what it gives me, and I kind of develop the idea as we talk about it. So the idea starts with them. Generally, they'll create a plan for you, and then you can even have them do the script, the visuals, and even further take it to where they repurpose it. So they can generate content ideas, they can write the captions, they create visuals. And honestly, what this part does is just saves you time. And then it kind of gives you into a system of what you need to do. And you kind of perfect it as you go. Some tools you use more than others, some systems you won't like, some posts don't work. Like it kind of just something that you grow into. Okay. But what I want you to do is, and I put this for a very specific reason, think categories, not specific tools, because a lot of the times we have too many tools when a lot of our systems can do the same thing. Like ChatGPT does 90% of the work. ChatGPT can do writing and visuals and planning and repurposing. So it takes 90% of my tools. The video I have is for Sora. So that's all I got, right? But focus on your workflow and not the tools. So I know I can use ChatGPT for all three, then I'm going to tell it to do all three, and then I'll just use that tool. That means I'm only using two. Right? Now you can even do that for Gemini and then just use Sora or InVideo, whatever which ones you work for you, okay? CapCut, I don't care, whatever it is. But what I want you to understand is that don't get so crazy with the tools because you'll drive yourself insane trying to figure out, all right, now I got to do this, now I got to do that. Like it just drives you crazy, okay? Now, with that, once you got your tools down, you want to build it just like this. You have your niche idea. Okay, great. Let it build the content. Make sure it delivers the message and make sure it has an intentional purpose for your audience. Build a simple visual to attach to it with the call to action, and then you're going to circle it back around. Build it again. Like that is the best way that I can build content that goes viral. That's the easiest way for me. And I'm going to show you, we're almost done, but I'm going to show you how I talk to it so it can understand too. Common mistakes to avoid, okay? Yes. Ooh, this one's you can't be very broad about, especially you have to niche down. When I say niche down, this is what I'm talking about. Don't be so broad about what you're posting. You need to build connection, but that connection needs to relate back to your niche too, okay? Overcomplicating it. Don't drive yourself crazy if it doesn't work for you a couple of times. Just keep doing it. And mostly forgetting the call to action. A lot of you guys forget call to actions, and maybe your call to actions are too broad because your posts are too broad. So you need to really come down to, like, let's see. Let me pull up one of my TikToks. I want to show you what I mean. All right, here I am. I'm not logged in. It logged me into the wrong account, but it is what it is. All right, so the last one right now you have here. Let me go. All right, come here. So let's just pull up one of these that did pretty. All right, so let's go ahead and just pull up one of these that did pretty good here so I can give you a rough idea. Like, let's look at the most viral one here. All right, 3 adults only. Oh, wait, you went too fast. 3 adults only resorts people are too afraid to ask about, okay? Now, that is very niche down, right? Then we list the resorts. Great, fantastic. And then at the end, right here, curious, like and follow for real adult only travel answers, comment, book to learn more. That's a couple of different call to actions, right? But I'm talking to 2 different people here. This is for the people that are looking for real adult travel answers, and these are for the people that actually want to book. So this actually did very well. You can see it did very well, right? And it did well because a lot of people saved it. And then honestly, if I were to look at the analytics, I've gained like 2,000 followers for just this post, okay? So it has to play along with that. Now, along with that too, the more you write inside of the description, the better. I don't even know if it has, I don't even think it has, oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I don't even know if it has hashtags. Where's the hashtags? Yeah, so I wrote pretty long on there. That did good. And then the song. And then I tagged hedonism resorts in it too. So it could have been a few different things, but that call to action really kind of just helped them pull it all the way through. And there's a lot of people that I have to still book and talk to about it. So it's a lot. But regardless, what I'm trying to get to is that You guys have that same capability, okay? But you have to be very like specific. You have to get the call to action. You can't post just once. It did better because I had so many posts that followed it. And then lastly, copying others instead of positioning yourself. You can't copy people exactly. And I'm going to tell you why. You could see something that works on TikTok and you can do it yourself, but it's paying attention to everything that you're doing. So if you post something that's exactly the same, it's going to say, okay, I've already seen that. So it's not going to work. If you go in and you take it and you put your own spin on it, it's going to do way better. Okay. So that's what I highly recommend. And that's kind of what I've done with mine. Like, I've seen what other people are doing. Okay, that works, but how can it work for me? And that's how you go viral. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and start building, shall we? So, the first thing I told you I need to build real quick is going to be the, let's see, we're going to do the AI commercial for adults only, like point of view. Okay. So, let's go build that real quick. So, in order for me to do that, I first have to start in ChatGPT. Say, okay. I'm going to build a Sora commercial. And how did I word that? AI commercial for adults only. Okay, yeah, that's what I want to do. All right, hold on. So how I want to do this commercial is like POV, you arrived at the adults only resort that I booked for you secretly. Okay. Oh, my kids are crying. Secretly, or it's like discreetly probably sounds better. And then while your family thinks you're in Cancun. At a different resort or something like that. Make it funny and faceless. Oh no. And not my face. There we go. All right, let's see what it does. Yeah, this is actually secret adults only energy. Thank you. All right, now I'm not going to incorporate this right now because I'm on a travel niche plan that I will show you in a second. But I just want to show you what you can do. Now, Sora takes like 2 minutes to build a video. So I'm going to build this video now so that by the time, oh no, I want faces. Hold on, just not mine. Okay, but I want it to have time to build the video so we don't have to wait for it. Sound good? Okay. A tight, funny point of view style. Okay, thank you. Models only. Oh my gosh. So we'll let it build this. I will go and paste it inside Sora, and then I'll show you next my ChatGPT. Okay. All right. So important. Yeah. All right. Cool. It's not going to use me anyways. So I'm already logged into Sora. This is what my Sora looks like. So we will build it now. All right. Now is building. Yes. Okay, it's building. Let me mute. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to mute it right now. All right, when we start building it, we'll come back to it. Okay. So now let's go back over here to ChatGPT, shall we? And I want to show you guys a little bit of how you can kind of do the AI through ChatGPT. But I need. Where's my travel dash? Hello. Okay, travel dash. There we go. All right, so this is my freaky travel niche plan. And I'm not going to show you specifics because I don't want you guys copying me. And because even if you copy me, it's not going to work because I've kind of already did it. But what I want you to understand is that, one, ChatGPT can build images. So you can build them in here if you want. But I want you to understand how I talk to them. So let's just start at like one of my top commercials. Not commercials, top plans. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is just an example of something I do. So I took a screenshot. Oh, no. Yeah, no. I was already building a post at this point. All right. So here we are. We did it again. I said, I said, oh, look at this. We did it again. Oh, yes. Yeah, this is a real win, not a fluke. Okay. So it explains my analytics to me, how great it did, what I should do next. Like, that's what I do. I just upload a picture of it and I tell it what to do. Okay. Then it gives me options that I can choose from, when to post it, what's the comment to pin, and then it's telling me what's important. Okay, that's what ChatGPT can do. Then I took a picture of all of the videos that did well, and then I told it I want to replicate what we did last time because it worked. So here's what I posted after and went viral. So I'm telling it what worked. Okay, thank you for showing me this. This tells me everything we need, right? And now it's telling me what I should post. Now it's telling me the low performers, the ones that didn't do well. And here's the sequence that worked last time. And so exactly what we're going to do. You see how that works? That's planning and repurposing. It's taking the content that I've already used and repurposing it so it will go viral again. Okay. What not to do, it's telling me don't introduce new brands, don't do quizzes, don't do any engagements, like heavy call to actions, and don't switch to video. Okay. So then I had a whole discussion with it. And then I said, now let's build this stuff. So it started building it for me. Okay. I changed it around a little bit because I didn't like it. And then I had to build it for me again. I don't know that this is scary. Okay. And because I wanted to make sure it picked the right title. I think it was. And then I said, all right, now put it all together for me. I want you to build it. And so it did. Now there it's building it. Building it again. It's building it again. Okay. That's what I want you guys to understand. That's what ChatGPT can do. Did you guys know that it could do stuff like that? Like that's what helps. Like all those people that are going viral, they had a whole discussion with ChatGPT probably to figure out how they want to do that. Okay. Now, with that, I want to build something in ChatGPT real quick. So let's see which one I wanted to do. Oh, I want an unpaid travel agent, but you're booking travel kind of deal in ChatGPT. I told myself that, so I knew. All right, so let's see. I don't want to put it in here. I'm just going to make a new one because I don't want to confuse what I have going on here. Okay. Okay. Now I need you to build a slide set for me where I show them how booking. So this is going to be for my Ash Knows Travel, how they are unpaid travel agents, include commission examples. So this is very niche based to travel agents and people who want to book travel. Something like if you're booking and you're not an agent, not an agent, kind of like pull in with a, sorry if the typing's loud, strong hook. Yeah. Okay, let's go. All right. Okay, we got it. Slide one, you're already a travel agent, you're just not getting paid. If you book travel for yourself, your family, or your friends, this might sting a little. That's good. Let's be honest for a second. You book your own flights, that's perfect. The truth bomb. Every time you book travel, someone's getting paid. It's just not you. Okay, perfect. Now, who's actually getting paid? Where does it go? All right, cool. Real life scenario. All right. Oh, wow. It goes all the way down. I do not make them 8 slides, 9 slides long. I would never make them this long. So we'd have to cut that. Okay. But it's actually building real slides. Okay. Now, so this will be, it thinks I'm a trainer. I'm in trainer mode. So this will be for my TikTok to bring on new agents. Can you make it into a carousel? I spelled that wrong. Post with 5 slides and a call to action. Oh my goodness. Okay. And I want you to make it. Yeah. Wow. It'd be hyping me up though. Okay. Wait. Oh my goodness. All right, me. Go. Okay, now while it's working on that, it's going to take it a second. It's probably going to put all 5 slides together. If it does that, you have to tell it to separate it. But honestly, if it does it, I just screenshot it. Okay, now Gemini, what can I do for you as your adults only travel agent? All right, let's go. So we're going to open up a separate chat GPT because I get my prompts from here. And I'm going to say, okay, I need, while it's building those images, I need a Gemini prompt for, what did I say? Man, I be forgetting things. I got ADHD like no other. What I can do for you as your AI, what I can do for you as your adults only travel agent and have a strong hook and call to action. And I want it to be a carousel. Oh God, spelled that wrong again. Carousel post, please, with 5 slides. That does the best. All right. Now, while that's building, we'll come back over here. Let's take a look at these slides, shall we? Oh, these are good. Yeah, you're booking travel, but you're not getting paid. You just screenshot this. If you ever booked your own flights, you did the work for free. Someone got paid and you didn't. Airlines, hotels, booking sites. Me. Oh, these are so cute. Tired of being unpaid? DM me. Let's talk travel business. Okay, that's perfect. That's exactly, that could work great. That's a really good call to action too. DM me. I would change this call to action to comment below or follow or save. So that way I get my engagement. This DM me is not going to get the engagement that you want, but perfect. Like that. All right. Now, while Sora's building, let's go look at that video, shall we? Yeah, that was perfect. So I could just add some words at the beginning of it and then just be like, point of view, you thought you booked this type of trip, but now you're here or something like that. Or point of view, I actually booked, I says, but you actually arrived here. It's something like you thought you left for your family vacation, but you actually arrived here. That would work great. Like I could do several different things with this. And then I would even go in and tell them to just remove the text on screen. But that is what you can do with it. Okay. Now let's go back over to Gemini, shall we? Oh, it didn't build Gemini. Where did it go? Oh, I didn't get the prompt, did I? Let me go get the prompt. Whoopsies. Sorry. All right. So here is the prompt. Now, here's the thing. It says 5 slides, but we actually, if you know Gemini, it's only going to build 1 slide at a time. Okay. So Gemini only builds 1 slide at a time. So give me, you have to tell it this exactly. Give me the first slide completely. And I'm glad we saved Gemini for last because it builds very quickly. And now you're going to notice the thing that a lot of the times with Gemini, the words are spelt wrong. So if it spells the words wrong, then just go in and basically get it to either say text on screen or just put it in a few more times and it'll fix it. Okay. Now let's see. Here we are. Create one carousel. Do not include logos. Sure. All right, cool. So let's go to Gemini and let it build. All right. I don't have the paid version of Gemini, or like Sora doesn't really have a paid version, but I do have a paid version of ChatGPT, but it doesn't really make a difference for me. Okay, here it is. See how it spelled the word wrong? So I'm going to put it back in there. Stop playing with me. Hey, not Siri. Go away, Siri. Come here. Do it again. I don't know why Gemini is kind of, You don't need another vacation. You need the right one. Adults only, no kids, no stress. That's actually a really good hook. Yeah, that's right. Same. Yeah. Oh, you see what I'm saying? If it acts goofy, just put it in there again because what? Okay. All right. Now that's how I would do that. And then come back over here and then say, all right, give me slide 2. Got it. The power of ChatGPT. All right. So that's how I would build that. And that's faceless content, guys. Now, you could go out of your way and do Unsplash and put some text in it in Canva if you really wanted to. Okay. You could do it however you want, but I just feel like this one works really well for me. And I feel like I should share it with you guys. Like you see it, so I might as well share it with you, right? So now you guys got like 3 different ways you guys can make content. You even shared some team building ways in there. Oh, look, here's what I handle for you. What is that word? Sometimes it doesn't like specific words. But basically what I've showed you guys so far is you can use AI videos, you can use Gemini, you can use ChatGPT. There it is. Adults only, resorts matching, room location, a little space, but that's okay. I could go on Canva and just fix that. Room location, vibe selection, flights and transfer details, no kid zones guaranteed. That's perfect, right? So you guys now have a lot of different ways you guys can build content. Yes, we like this. Yes, give me some feedback, huh? All right, so lastly, before we hop off here, make sure you guys join me next week. Yes, I have some pretty cool stuff happening next week. We're going to talk about how to run your travel agent business successfully and then using Agent Universe Profiler to get leads. Ooh, that's going to be a good one. I love Agent Profiler. I get leads from there all the time. My group cruise is about to leave actually this weekend actually. And I got them from Agent Universe. So you definitely want to hop onto that one. And then how to run your travel agent business successfully is going to be how to put it all together. Basically, it's like the 3rd part of New Agent Phase 2. It's like the final part of how you can kind of get yourself in order so that you make sure that you are like a smooth sailing system. Yes. So if you liked this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, share it with your team so they can learn more about how to do faceless content with AI, and make sure you comment if the video helped. Okay. So I'm going to go now and head over to my studio. So if you have any questions, feel free to put them there in the chat box or the live chat or even in the comment section if you're watching the replay, and I will answer them for you. But if not, I will see you back on Tuesday on January 13th about how to run your travel business successfully. Thanks so much for hopping on, and I will see you in the chat. Okay?
Step 2, get some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard about what you want to be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.